Hey guys, it's Jessie. Welcome back to my channel, and it seems that I always start filming when it's raining and then there's a thunderstorm outside, but we're gonna push on through because this video is my library book haul, and I haven't done a library book haul in a while, let alone a book haul. But this is a library book haul, to be more specific. And it's a teeny little book haul, like 5 books. But as y'all know from my last video, it was like a reading vlog. I was in a book slump. Still weird. But I think it was just the books. I was just DNFing because the writing sucked, basically. And that was just a whole chunk where I was just DNFing. So hopefully that's done and over with because I don't like the feeling. And I have been listening to more audiobooks. I don't know what it is with audiobooks, but I've just been flying through them compared to like the physical form. I don't know. But let's get into the book haul. But let's get into the book. Oh my god. But let's get into the book haul since that's what y'all are here for. And yes, my shirt says hot potato because that's how I'm feeling right now. So the first book is just the first book that I picked off for the top of the pile, and that is Fall With Me by Jennifer L. Armentrout, but it's written as Jennifer J.L. And this is the 4th book in the series, I believe. I want to say it is. Yes, it is. And it's the Be With Me series, or With Me series, and since this is like the 4th book, each book has different characters, but it's all within the same friend group. Or like, I think this one is where in the last book, the main character is the co-worker of this book. Yeah, so the main character, Roxy, she's loved this guy named Reese since she was 15, and he's a straight-laced cop, which I guess means like very serious about his copness. They had a steamy encounter years later, and she hoped that he fell for her the way she did for him, but to her, apparently he didn't. But then Reese storms back into her life because Roxy's childhood friend gets injured by this guy who was just released from jail and trying to make amends with Roxy, and that's not what she's wanting to do. So here comes Reese to save her. She doesn't want Reese to be there for her, but Reese is exactly what she needs right now, especially when a sick creep starts to mess with her. But Roxy's trying to think, like, what's more dangerous? A psycho who's coming after her from her past, or her opening up her heart from past events? So that's what this is about. It sounds really good, and I'm loving this series so far. I want to start owning them all. I think there's one last one last book after this book in the series, for the With Me series. How many times can I say series? The next book is Losing Hope by Colleen Hoover, and this is like the 2nd book in a duology, but it's like, you don't have to read this book, you can just read the 1st book in the series and be done with it, but if you want to like see, what's his name, Dean's side of the story, then read this, because it, from what happens to Hopeless, that's Hope's sad story, but in this sad story, it's Dean's sad story. Basically, they're long lost friends, and Dean's trying to help her figure out her past, the memories and the emotional scars that come with it. His life has been haunted from a little girl that he couldn't say that was in immediate danger, and it's been on his back and shoulders for all his life, on him, just like, he won't let go. He has never stopped searching for her, and he believes that finding her will bring him peace and for him to move on. But he doesn't know that he'll be faced with an even more greater pain with the memories that he's not anticipating. I loved Hopeless, and I feel like I did start reading this book sometime, once. Obviously, I didn't finish it, so. The next book is more of a newer book than the last two. And that is Tell Me How You Really Feel by, oh my gosh, Amina May Sefa. I am so sorry. I'm going to butcher that name, so I'm just going to put it on the screen here. I'm not going to try and disrespect that name. No, sorry. But all I know is that this is like a queer romance. The first time Santa I'm not good with names, asked a girl out, Rachel, it went badly. That she never did it again. Rachel is a film buff and aspiring director, and she's seen Carrie enough times to learn you can never trust cheerleaders and beautiful people. Rachel was furious that Santa tried to prank her by asking her on a date. But when it comes time for Rachel to cast her senior project, she realizes that there's no one more perfect than Santa, the girl she sneered at in the halls for the past 3 years to play the lead role. And poor Santa, she says yes. She never did get over that first crush, even if Rachel can barely stand to be in the same room as her. So like a hate to love frenemy lovers, I guess. I don't know. I've heard a lot about this like going around BookTube and caught my interest, and I saw it at the library and I snatched it up. And I'm excited to read this. And it's a fairly short book. So the next book is also a newer release, even though I've never heard of the release date for this book. Even though I read the first book in the series and I loved it, I didn't know this was even a thing. Well, great. Okay. Oh no. Hold on. As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted. And that is Midnight Beasties by Megan Shepherd. And this is obviously the sequel, so I can't really say what this is about, but from the description I read in the flap, it seems like it's going to follow up from where the first book ended. If y'all read the first book, y'all would know. Oh wow, this is a hefty book, like 436 pages. So, in Grim Lovely's 17-year-old Anouk, I think that's how you pronounce her name, she envies the human world where they have lavish things, fast cars, like high-end fashion, and freedom to fall in love. Anouk cannot have those things because she's not human. Not really. She's enchanted from animal to human form, and is forbidden to venture further on from her Parisian prison, where she's like a housemaid for a witch who casted these animals into humans to be her servants. So she's just surrounded by dust bunnies and just serving Madame Vitora. That's her name. That is until one day her Madame is found in a pool of her own blood. And of course Anouk is accused of the crime. Now the world she's always dreamed of is dangerous. Anouk and her fellow beasties have 3 days to find the killer before they turn back into their animal form and are stuck forever. If they lose the only lives they've ever known, and if they succeed, they could be more powerful than they ever bargained for. And that is what Grim Lovelies is about, and I can't wait to delve into Midnight Beasties. The next and last book is a book that's not new, but how old is you? 2016. But I've always had my eye on this book, and I know there's another book from her that I really want to read, but it's not new. And that is called The Love That Split the World by Emily Henry. And so it's Natalie's last summer in Kentucky, her hometown, and everything is going great until she starts seeing the wrong things, like that her front door of her house is red instead of its usual green. And there's a preschool where a garden should be, and she just starts seeing all things that are wrong. And she gets like this apparition from like a grandmother, fairy godmother, telling her that she has 3 months to save this boy. She meets this beautiful boy named Bew, I think that's how you pronounce that, and it feels like time has stopped and nothing exists but them, but Natalie and View, and that's literally kind of what it is. And it just seems fascinating, and I know I'm going to pick up her other book as soon as I finish this book. So those are all the books I got from the library, and I'm excited to read all of them. Just when is the time? Where is time to read an adulting world? So let me know in the comments down below if y'all have read any of these books, what you think. And thumbs up this video if you want more library book hauls. So thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos by me, and I'll see you guys later. Bye guys.